if you clicked on this video, you already know what I'm gonna say to you, right? Like, you already know. Black Friday just isn't what it used to be. The holidays are coming up, which is a great opportunity to assess what we need and what we don't need. And I'm here to talk about the latter. We're talking Black Friday game plan in order to help your wallet and your sense of peace. Nobody likes buyer's remorse, so let's set up a strategy that actually allows you to feel good about your Black Friday purchases this season. This video is to remind you that not everybody shops like an influencer. I'm sure your timeline is already filled with products, hauls, Black Friday tips, shopping secrets. That is only a small percentage of the world, and a lot of us have very normal budgets, very normal homes and lives that maybe don't fit with that lifestyle. So if you're already starting to feel a little bit of Black Friday FOMO, or your wish list is a little bit out of your budget, this is your community that relates to you. This is a safe space and a place where we can all relate to our similar shopping needs. Let's begin this video. Today we're gonna be covering how to shop for Black Friday, what I won't be buying for Black Friday, items that I will be buying and my logic behind it, and I'm gonna be introducing my digital mindful shopping toolkit template for anyone who's wanting to become more disciplined in their shopping habits. So I wanna say the most logical way to start Black Friday shopping is by assessing two categories. One, items that you already need and you'll buy throughout the year, like refill, restock, and then items that you will only buy once a year, but the brand is doing their best and biggest sale yet. Throughout this month already, I've began compiling a list of things that I want, and I feel like it's important to do this ahead of time so that you actually have time to marinate and time to think about these products. That way you can prevent impromptu impulse spending. You'll be able to feel more immune and in control because you have this solidified list that already adheres to your budget. As I just mentioned, I think it's very, very important to be mindful of limited deals. This happens a lot on Amazon, or maybe for a brand that you like, and there's even like a timer in the corner counting down how many hours you have left to access this deal. If you did not already want this item to begin with, this cannot be a factor for you buying something. You have to remember that Black Friday is the biggest shopping event of the year. Marketers, psychologists, insiders, they've all been working to see what's gonna rattle us and get us to succumb and buy something. Sometimes it works in our favor, yes, but please remember that is the whole point of this event, is to speak to the shopper's needs, pain points, and maybe more vulnerable areas. If you want a more structured place to make this list and see your shopping habits, I have created a digital template that I'll be talking more about at the end of this video. This is the timestamp, so remember to stay tuned throughout this video if you want to be able to access that and know more about it. What I'm not buying for Black Friday. There are so many things I could go on and on and on. I am not a very big Black Friday shopper. I don't feel like that's something I feel the need to do, especially because the landscape of Black Friday has changed so much in the past decade, especially with online shopping. It's a fun experience and like a good memory. I think like if you want to window shop or like go for the vibes, I think that's definitely an inherent part of like this season, which is crazy to think that like capitalism is a way that we commemorate the season. Like we feel the vibes and like the holiday spirit knowing that we're spending money. More on that soon. I've already made my mind. I am not going to be buying any clothes except for maybe 2 items. And I've really had to limit myself this year because, let's be honest, I don't think clothes are that good of a Black Friday purchase because clothes go on sale all the time. Unless it's like a small business or like an Instagram brand that really only does one sale a year. Clothes you can get at a good deal and a good price like all year round. Makeup value sets, you know what I'm talking about? It's like the little box that comes and it's like $30 value, or it has like a mini size of like a bunch of different things. These are good gifts, or maybe like White Elephant or someone like you don't know, but girl, you do not need to be buying that for yourself. Makeup is kind of like similar to the clothes thing. It's accessible all year round. There's always sales for makeup, and nowadays even like drugstores just like have better priced makeup all year round. There's just no reason to buy makeup in bulk. Makeup expires, your shades change, your tastes change, and there's always new products every year. So buying a bunch of makeup to like stock up, or because you're anticipating when you're gonna finish something when you haven't even finished it, I don't think is like a good use of your resources. A little story time about me. I really like the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and way back when I remember people were saying they were gonna like discontinue it, and I was like so paranoid that I went to Sephora and I bought two full-size concealers at the same time. That was already already 3 years ago, and that's literally what I'm wearing on my face today. A concealer I bought 3 years ago that I'm now chained and in shackles to, and I need to finish because 3 years ago me thought it was gonna be the end of the world if I didn't have it. Funny enough, they didn't even cancel the concealer. They literally just changed the formula, and I was like, girl, the marketing got me. It got me that time. So that's why I'm sharing this. Technology and appliances. So this is kind of niche to me because I don't need like a washer and dryer. I don't need a toaster or anything like that. Even if the sale is good right now, I really don't like penny pinching to be a reason to rush a decision. Usually when you make a decision based on someone else's timeline, it either leads to buyer's remorse or you just end up rushing a decision that you weren't ready to make. I don't want to buy something impulsively without really marinating on it and thinking about it. That's just my personal preference because that's what allows me to feel like I'm making a good purchase. Same thing when like the new Apple products drop. Sometimes there's this urgency to buy something because of an exterior timeline, and I just really feel like that's not, one, a good way to operate with anything in your life, but two, especially when it comes to just so much money or something big like a washer and dryer that you have, like you're gonna be the one that has to deal with that. I always think it's worth making a decision that you feel 100% backed by rather than just like advancing that because you're afraid of not saving $100. Because at the end of the day, if you save $100 but you spent $900 on something that you kind of half-heartedly wanted, you still wasted $900 if you think about it. I always want to feel like I'm in control like of these buying decisions, and I want to feel excited about something. I want to feel like the product that I'm inheriting into my life is actually going to be meaningful. Okay, I'm not going to be buying anything that has like a really obscure deal. Buy one, get one 30% off, and then buy three, get one 50% off. Like, I really don't want to figure out like a riddle to buy something, and when it's that complicated, like, you just lost me. Like, what do you mean like buy four to get the fifth one 15% off, but if you spend $200 you get $10 off the second purchase of that? Like, girl, I'm not doing all that. Like, I am not here for that. Going back to what I said earlier, these are marketing tactics, and I'm not coming for the marketers because like we all have a job to do. Companies need to make money. But for you and me, the financially responsible girlies, the ones who don't quite have the budget for that yet, let's build a little bit of immunity to this and actually sort out what's going on. Let's say the buy two get one free deal is a huge bottle of perfume. Yes, you will eventually use those 3 perfumes, but you came in really only half wanting this perfume. So the fact that you now need to buy 2 just to get 1 free, it's not really free because you didn't actually even want the second one in the first place, let alone even the first one. Do you see what I'm saying? I think the most notorious one is the Bath & Body Works buy 3 get 3 free. Why do you have me up in here buying 6 candles? Why is 1 candle even $20 in the first place is mind-boggling. I think that was way back when Bath & Body Works was maybe like the leader in the candle industry. But nowadays, like, I literally went to the thrift store and they have candles there, like for $1. Or even buy one, get one 30% off. Like, you're still having to pay 70% of that product to get a deal on it, and you're not even getting a deal like on the first one. I mentioned this before, impulse purchases. These are things at the cashier. These are deals that only happen in store. These are deals that are like exclusive to members. All these little like drop-ins. If you're not buying bulk or buying a lot, or it's something that you've been saving for, dodge that, girl. Like, you can do it, and trust, there will always be another deal. Like, this is not your only opportunity to buy something. So if you feel that need for the impulse purchase, I would just suggest wait on it. There will be another opportunity to buy it at a good price. TikTok shop gadgets. You already know how I feel about this one. Girl, I'm not buying off TikTok shop. Like, I actually can't. Bruh. More and more I've been realizing like how normalized that is. Like, I don't care if I'm getting the beauty blender for like $2. What are those videos? It's like, I'm so sorry if you bought the EOS lip balm yesterday because now today it's $14.99 instead of $16.99. And I'm like, I don't know, I think I still feel sussed out by TikTok shop. Like, I don't entirely understand it. Granted, we could argue that the YouTube affiliate program is like the same thing. I'm truly scared of TikTok shop. Like, I just don't even, it's like the Beast or like the Lion's Den. Like, I don't even want to go near that thing. Yeah, I feel like a millennial because I'm like, literally, what is this? Like, I don't understand. Homeware. Again, there are so many other opportunities to buy homeware at a good price that are independent of Black Friday. These deals are happening all the time, and it's not exclusive to this specific season. Like, I would rather have my experiences not be in these like little mini assets. I think if you're my age or in my life stage, it's definitely worth like taking your money and investing it outside of your home. Excessive workout wear. I fight the temptation every day to buy more workout clothes. I love the sets, and sometimes when I'm running, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this would be so much cuter if I had like a little neon green set. Okay, girl, like I'm getting sweaty, I'm being a mess. Like I can already rotate through the clothes that I have that are good and durable and literally still function the same way. And I've said this before, hair tools. As much as I would love a Shark or a Dyson, and those actually do get priced really well like during the season, I just feel like it's not something I really need right now. I think my curling iron already does wonders. I have like overnight heat tools, and overall like I'm pretty low maintenance when it comes to my hair, and thankfully I have very obedient hair as well. Again, disclaimer, this is different for every person because we all have different types of hair and hair needs. And most of all, there's other things that I want before that. I mean, if I had a Shark, I would like that very much. It would be very cool. There is a plethora of other things that I know I would enjoy before that. Now moving on to the things that I will be buying this Black Friday season. So if you don't run, like this might be annoying or like unrelatable to you, but that's like kind of the whole point of this, is that you need to make a list that is custom to your needs and the preferences that you have. So because running is like on the forefront of my mind because I'm running a marathon in March, everything I consume and want to put my money towards is this hobby because it actually has an event and a result attached to it. One, I bought new running shoes. They weren't on sale, but I definitely need them, and let me explain why. The current pair of running shoes that I've had literally since April of 2024, almost a year and a half. Shoes have mileage just like a car, and it gets to a point where it's not supportive for you and it's actually going to injure you. In the last few weeks, I feel like I've been having a lot of knee and back pain, so it's been worth it to invest in these shoes. And because I was a new member, I also got 10% off, so that was a hashtag win. Again, on that same note, I want to buy insoles because I have low arches, again contributing to my knee and my back pain, not to like divulge all of my like medical information. Compression socks, because like nurses and doctors and like people who are on their feet, not that I'm a doctor, being on your feet a lot requires like this compression to help like the blood flow. Little nerd moment. And I also want them to be dry fit because currently I'm running in regular socks, and that is disgusting. Running gels, they typically do run kind of expensive, and I feel like a lot of people have de-influence these, but I mean, it's just like convenient, and because I want to prioritize like my energy in this run, it's definitely something that I want to invest in. I also want a new running belt. This is the one that's currently on my wish list, and I really want it because it's a little bit more intuitive. Yes, I currently have a running vest, but I feel like it's not holding enough, and it also makes me really hot. And lastly, I really want a hoodie, okay? Specifically from Elwood. They only do one sale a year. So back to my point earlier about brands that only do one sale a year, I have been thinking about this jacket since March. Also, with that being said, I really want this Alchemy hoodie. I really like the concept of it being one size fits all. Like, I feel very curious about it, and following Mai's story and the way she grew up and like all that she's put into this business, I just want to support it as well because I think it's a really just like cool, interesting like brand. She's just doing it so differently than other brands. She puts a lot of intention. Everything is manufactured in the US, specifically in Los Angeles, so I would love to rep that. So maybe hearing my logic and how I'm gonna be shopping this season, you can adapt that into your own life. Tailor it to the things that you need and you resonate. I asked you in my polls to vote on if you think it would be helpful if I created a mindful spending toolkit, and a lot of people said yes, which is awesome. So I took some time and I created the mindful spending toolkit. Basically, this is a workspace for you to better understand your shopping habits. It's kind of a blend of a budget and habit tracker. Sometimes it can feel like our money is just leaving us, or our shopping habits are happening without us even being conscious of what's going on. What helps me achieve my goals and understand myself better is writing things down. This shows up in journaling and habit tracking, so I wanted to create a place where you can do all of that. In the template is a spending breakdown where you can write down all of your weekly spending, a wish list where you can start compiling the things that you're looking at, shopping rules. This is a place where you can write all of your shopping convictions, things that you want to adhere to, and actually seeing it in writing helps it come to fruition and happen. Next to that is an anticipated expenses calendar. So sometimes you forget that you have a birthday party coming up, something where you're going to need to spend money, which sometimes doesn't allow you to allocate for earlier on in the week or the month. So you can write down dates where you already know you're going to be spending money. There's even a reflection section where you can better understand yourself, maybe challenge yourself, reward yourself, talk to yourself, and even congratulate yourself on any like little milestones you're making. There's also a place for you to record actions you can take. Additionally, there's also a journaling section. Sometimes when you talk about money, finances, shopping, it can become very overwhelming, and I think a lot of us have a tendency to be very negative to ourselves about how we buy things, saying things like, I shouldn't have bought that, I'm broke, like I feel bad for buying this, I spent way too much money. The more and more you tell yourself these things, the less buying things and using your money wisely becomes enjoyable. It actually becomes a source of stress and a source of pain, when at the end of the day, the reason that we even consume these things and products is to make our life easier and to be intentional about how we go about our day. So I really feel like if you're having all this negative self-talk and not having a place where you can actually see your wins and areas that you need to grow, it doesn't allow you to like progress. I feel like the concept of like saving money is always an idea, but it never actually happens. So I think having a place that's lighthearted, that can actually be helpful instead of making you feel guilty or stressed, is something that I wanted to provide and share with you. I even made some little affirmation cards that you can tell yourself, because money is hard, managing it, shopping habits. Sometimes there are things that are part of our childhood or out of our control. Maybe it's like the way that we grew up or the situation that we're in. So sometimes it can feel hard to break free from some of these habits. What I feel like I tend to see a lot, specifically in my comment section, is like people feeling guilty. And I feel like the whole reason that I make these videos is because it's just not a fun way to live. Being a slave to money or feeling trapped by a habit that you can't change, especially when it comes to shopping, is so deflating. It makes each time you want to tap your card or be generous a little bit more difficult. There's this hesitancy to it sometimes, and even though buying something and enjoying the money that you make and the items that you have should be exciting, it becomes a point of frustration and a cycle. I'm very passionate about living a life of intention and purpose that exists beyond just accumulating and putting our identity in stuff. Your life is so much more than what you own. It's so much more than the amount of money you have. It's so much more than being controlled by a number on a screen. Life is about relationships and friendships and making memories. When you have a little bit more discipline when it comes to like your money management and shopping habits, it actually freely allows you to enjoy the things that life is all about. So if you feel like this template will help you and you're excited about it, check out the link in my bio where I'll have it available for download. And rapid fire, this is a list of approved items that I could understand why you'd want to buy on Black Friday. Let's just go through these real quick. Appliances that are going to save you money in the long run, for example, a coffee machine, good quality jewelry. Jewelry is like never a necessity, so I feel like there's never necessarily a good time to buy it, and a lot of these brands do tend to do good sales around Black Friday. Y'all might disagree. A video game console, again, it's not like a purchase you're making every day, and it does tend to get discounted very, very well, especially if it's going to be a gift. I feel like that's kind of a canon event for most people to get a video game console. So if you're going to gift that to your brother or your nephew or your niece, I'd say go for it. Again, on that same note, bigger things that you're not going to buy every year and where like 20% actually makes a dent. For example, a TV. Girl, get that vacuum. Like if it's going to make you vacuum and clean your room, then like, yeah, get the vacuum, especially like if it is on a good deal. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video and staying until this part. If you have any Black Friday items that are on your list or items that are not on your list, feel free to share that in the comments below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.